How's everyone going again? Cody, I hope you're alright again, guys. Dropping yet another video. Unfortunately, we're still talking shit. Literally, today's video, or the second video that I've dropped of the day, is going to be on the toilet situation within prison. Right now, at the start of the video, right, again, I have to make this right. Every time I do these videos and stuff, every prison is different, right? I've been in two prisons. I've been in Strangeways, Forest Bank, Strangeways, Forest Bank, Strangeways, Forest Bank, right? So I can only discuss the prisons that I've been into, right? At the beginning of the video, you see a Strangeways, typical Strangeways cell. It's where the toilet is right behind the double bed. Right, you've got bunk beds, so you've got a bottom and top bunk, and then you've got a metal toilet behind it, right? Because obviously the prison situation and the toilet situation within prisons is quite embarrassing, because you've got to take a shit in front of your padmate, right? So it's like I say, I've been in Strangeways, right? I've been very lucky when I've been in Strangeways, because there's certain cells that you've got a separate toilet, right? And it's the porcelain white toilet. Other prisoners have got the metal cases. The metal cases are the ones you see at the beginning of the video. Again, every prison's different. Like more modern prisons, they've got toilets that are built in, that are at the other end of the cell, and there's like a little security like bit where you don't really see your cellmate taking a shit or having a dump or something. But in Strangeways, right, like I say, you've got two types of cells. You've got your cells where have got a separate toilet, i.e. in a separate room, and you can close your door and have a dump in peace. And then you've got the fucking metal cases. The metal cases, right, if you're on the bottom bunk, you could be asleep, right, and your cellmate, who might be on the top bunk, might really need to take a dump, right? Now, he's not going to wake you up to take a dump. He'll just go and take a dump. But when he's having a dump, he's sat a couple of inches from your head taking a dump. Now, in the summer and stuff like that, if your windows are not open in your cell, and there's no like breeze at all, the smell of shit's going to linger in your cell, right? This is embarrassing. Like, for those that have never been in prison, it'd be quite an embarrassing situation. Having been in prison and stuff like that, taking a dump in prison, it's part and parcel. You've got to do it. Like I say, for those that have never been to prison, they're probably thinking, fucking hell, I wouldn't like that. It's not ideal. Like I say, there's a video I do further down my timeline, and it's talking about how to get a single cell within prison by playing the mental health card, right? If you want to have a dump in peace, right, you listen to that video, follow what I say. If you ever go to prison, and you should end up in a single cell if you've done it right. But yeah, like I say, taking a shit in prison it is embarrassing. There's two sorts of cell. You've got single cell. You've got people on single cell restriction, which are people that are high risk or cleaners. And then you've got your doubles, right? Your doubles are obviously you're doubling up with someone, so you're sharing a cell with someone, right? There's only one toilet in the cell. Like I say, every prison is different. Every cell set out different within different prisons, right? Strangeways is a Victorian prison. The metal case is at the end of your bed. You walk into your cell, you've got your bunk beds, and then behind your bunk bed, literally right behind your bunk bed, you've got the metal case. Some cells have got like green curtains you pull across, so you can have a shit in peace, like, i.e., well, not in peace. If you're like, when people go to the toilet, people clench, and people like you can hear people squeezing one out, can't you? Where they're going, like, you can hear the shit in the water and stuff, right? And like I say, we're coming summer now here in the UK, and like I say, the smell, if there's no breeze coming into your cell, the smell of shit's gonna linger. The fact that you're shitting into a metal toilet, it's gonna it's gonna echo. When you flush your toilet, if you're on the twos, the threes, or the fours, if you're on the twos and the threes are having a shit and they flush their toilet, you can hear the drainage system going past your cell, so you can actually tell when they've flushed their toilet upstairs. So yeah, like I say, it's very embarrassing. Like to be another problem as well, right? Is like, I remember when I was in Forest Bank, right, which was a Cat B prison, and the last time I was a cleaner. I had my own cell, and I was high risk, so I had my own cell. But the time before that, I was padded up with a kid who killed his dad. Right, he was in for murder, doing 27 years for murder. And he was on the, as you walk in the cell, it's all built in, right? Your toilet's to your left, and then you've got your bunk beds, you've got your toilet to your left, and then you've got like built in like desk and stuff like that, right? Well, my padmate was on the bog, and the screws, they don't look through your flap and knock on you, they just open your door, and they've opened a door, and he was having a dump, yeah, and he was like, oh, you should have seen his face when he'd been in prison for about 6-7 years at the time, and he was mortified, man. The kid nearly died of embarrassment. It was a fit female screw, and he's there caught kicks around his ankles, reading a letter from his ma or something, or his brother or something. He was reading a letter anyway, and the fucking screws popped his door, and he's curling one out. I had a situation where I was on the bog, right? I was on the toilet, I was having a dump, right? And someone's opened a door, right? And I've nearly but then it was the wrong cell, so the screw took the key out of the door. They didn't open the door. They took the key out and went to another cell. But because I thought I was getting caught out, I jumped up, fell side saddle with my pants around my ankles, and fell into the fucking little bit of the thing. I was squished down the side of the toilet, literally like fell over with my kicks around my ankles. Yeah, I didn't have a chance to wipe my eyes. I just fell off the toilet. Literally I went to jump up and fucking fell sideways off the toilet because I was embarrassed. I've been in the army, so I'm like, you fucking hell, when you're in the army, you're on exercise and stuff. You go and you shit in the woods, and you shit into a bag, and someone stands over you with a rifle, so you can have a dump in peace, sort of thing. That's just how it goes. So I shouldn't have been embarrassed at all. But when you've got female screws on it, if it's a guy, you don't really give a shit, right? But when it's a bird and stuff, it's a fit female screw or something, you don't want to be getting caught fucking with your strides around your ankles, yeah, curling one out, do you know what I mean? It's pretty embarrassing. Like I say, like, you're there and stuff like that. I mean, even if, like, me and my cellmate used to stink, yeah. So what I used to do, we used to try and wait till exercise or association, and then I'd walk out of the cell, he'd lock the door, he'd cover his flap, right? If you're in prison and someone's covered the flap, it means that they don't want to be disturbed, right? They could be doing a bit, they could be having a shit. So I walked out of the cell, I've gone for a shower, and he's locked himself in a pad, and he's curled one out then. It's not ideal at all. Like I say, the toilet situation within prisons is very, 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 like, it's embarrassing. But like I say, if you're having a shit or you're asleep, right, and the guy and your cellmate or your cellie, right, is having a dump, right, and it's like I say, the one with the metal carsy behind your head, if your head's down at the toilet end and he's having a dump, he could literally tickle your hair and play with your hair while he's having a dump. That's how close you are in proximity. It's literally a couple of inches. I don't like the way the cells are designed. Forest Bank, the bed is like on the right, and your head seems to sleep nearer the window, and the toilet's in the other end on the opposite side. But again, and then in strange ways, I was lucky. I had a separate toilet every time. I've had a separate toilet, i.e. it's like another room next to your cell where you can go for a shit. And it was only me and my cellmate that had access to that room. So we was cool. It was like an ensuite room, right? So we used to go in there and stuff, and we'd always leave the window open so it could air out and stuff like that. And that was a porcelain toilet, like a normal toilet that people have got at home and stuff. But like I say, then there's prisoners on the opposite landing, and all the cells around us, they had metal carsies. And like I say, to put your ass on a fucking cold hanging toilet with no toilet seat, where it's just got wood onto the seat and stuff. You've got like bits of wood, right? And people are sitting on there and they're shitting and stuff, and it's fucking disgusting, man. Like I say, people kick off over the toilet situation. People don't like being in doubles. People want to be in singles so they can go take a shit in peace. But even then, nurses could just let themselves into your cell. The chaplain could let himself into your cell. The screws can let themselves into your shit cell. They don't knock. They don't like bam, bam, bam on your door and are you decent, right? They just literally, they open a door, and if you're caught with your strides down taking a dump, right, you're taking a dump. It's as simple as that. Like I say, and then like I say, in strange ways and stuff, if the person, if you're in like a cell, unless you're on the top floor, right, when someone presses their, like, flushes their bowl, you can hear it. So you know when the person's been to the toilet and stuff. And like I say, in the summer as well, with the heat and stuff, and there's no ventilation, the windows are open and stuff, but if there's no breeze and stuff, the smell of shit lingers and stuff. And like I say, it's not ideal for anyone involved, to be honest, but that's part and parcel of being in prison, I suppose. The fact you can't have a shit in peace. That's as much as I can really say on the matter. Like I say, it's embarrassing, the toilet situation. There's nothing you can really do about it. It's just, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Right, guys, I'll leave it there anyway. I know we're talking shit and it's a strange subject to talk about, but I spoke about laundry in prison, prison advice, what happens when you go to prison, cell life and all this sort of stuff. And this is just another video that carries on from that. Anyway, guys, feel free to, I've set up a Facebook page called Prison Talk and Advice UK. Please feel free to like it. Like, comment, subscribe. Any questions or videos you want me to do, please feel free to ask, and I'll be only willing to do so. All right, guys, speak to you soon.